guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a face of first impressions of some different products that I've picked up and wanted to try out. So this is the completed look with everything. I have to say I'm really excited with how it turned out. So if you want to see what products I use to go into making this look, hang tight and I'll be right back. Okay, so the first product we're going in to try for our first impressions is the Kylie Cosmetics Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder Palette. I showed this in my Ulta haul video, but I haven't got a chance to dive in and use it. So that's what we're gonna be using first. Here's the outside, and then there is the inside. It's super pretty, a bunch of neutral colors, so I'm really excited to play with that today. So first, we're gonna prime the eyes like usual, so we're not mixing too many new things. I got these baby hairs hanging out. There we go. We're gonna take our concealer and get that nice and blended out. There we go. Got that nice and ready, so we're gonna put that right there. So now we're gonna dive into the palette, and first I'm gonna go in with this, let's see, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Buttermilk. So I'm gonna take my, oh, that is the right brush. This is my Bling Brush E2 with from the Rose Gold collection. And we're gonna take Buttermilk. A nice pale yellow shade, and lay that down in the crease. I love also that this, so it does have a nice mirror. I love when palettes have a nice mirror so you can see closer what you're doing. Okay, so next we're gonna go into this little bit of darker shade right here called Cookie Dough. I'm gonna use that same brush. Dive into that. That a little bit lower in the crease than Buttermilk to deepen that crease up. So there's that. We're gonna go back into Cookie Dough. I have to say the shade is really close to the shade of Cookie Dough. It looks really like Cookie Dough. So there is that. Lay down, and these are blending and going on really, really pretty. I really like these. I'm gonna take a little bit more of Buttermilk and kind of make sure we keep that color right there at the top. Alright, so there is Buttermilk and Cookie Dough. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into this Morphe M514, and I'm gonna go into this darker brown here at the bottom called Cocoa. And we are getting some kickback and, or you know, some dusting in the palette, but not a big deal to me. Just something to note that it does do that. Okay, so we're gonna go right here into this outer third. And that one is not, that one's not doing as well as the other two did. There we go. The other two blended and laid down so pretty, but that one seemed to take a second. There we go. Okay, now we're doing better. Okay, so there's that. Maybe it was just because I was first breaking into it, because now it seems to be doing a lot better. Still a little patchier than cookie dough and buttermilk, but it is doing better. Okay. Alright, so there is that. And then put that back. So now we're gonna go in with my bling brush. This is the E4. And I'm gonna take I'm actually gonna take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. I'm gonna test the brush. That smells so good. And then we're gonna go into, I think we're gonna do this one here. This really pretty top shade right here called Glazed. Oh wow, so I really expected that one to be a little more neutral, but it is very gold. Not bad, just not what I expected. It's very, very pretty color. I would definitely say this palette does trend towards neutral, which I love because that's going to be great for everyday use. So that is glazed all over the lid. Wow, that is really pretty. I really like that. Okay, so there is glazed. Ah, I love that. That is super pretty. So I'm gonna go back in to Cocoa and just kind of re-darken that up just a little bit where we lost just a little bit of that shade. Right there. Okay. So now we're gonna put that there. That right there. Get my Neutrogena makeup wipes and clean up that edge right there. Again, I think this is one of those that'll look a little crazy until I get everything set. Okay, make that a nice sharp line right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go do liner and lashes. I'll be right back and we'll finish out first impressions with some more fun things. So be right back in a sec. Okay, and I'm back. Got my lashes on, got my liner on. So had a little trouble with this lash, but you know, got them on. So now we're gonna move into the face and some more first impressions. So first I'm gonna go in, this is the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. Now I've used this in my past 1 to 2 videos, I think at least. but I'm still, you know, trying it out, seeing how I like it. So far, I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy the scent, and I enjoy that it does a really good job. So far, I really, really like this. So we're gonna rub that in. Rub that into my skin. Okay, and next we're gonna go in with the Tarte Face Tape foundation, and I am shade 16 in Fair Light Neutral. So there is that. We're gonna go in with my Jeffree Star Morphe sponge. Definitely gonna be washing my brushes and sponges today because literally almost all of them have something on them. I've been using them. Pat that in, keep that line going right there. And I really like this foundation too. It is full coverage. I think it even says it's full to medium coverage. I would say more full, but I've really enjoyed this foundation the past couple times I've used it. And it goes on very easy. Get into those little bitty spots. And I would say two pumps is definitely enough, almost going into too much. I did 2 and maybe like a half of a pump just to make sure, but I can tell that was definitely too much because a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna blend it into my neck so we don't have any harsh lines. Okay, so there is, blend on my chin a little bit more. All right, so there's that. So I'll take my makeup wipe and wipe off the extra off my hand. So that's how that went on. So our next first impression item that we're trying, and I got this in the little baby size, but this is the Tarte Shape Tape contour concealer. So I've heard really good things about Tarte Shape Tape, but I didn't get the big one. I wanted to try the itty bitty one first. So this is what we're going in for, concealer, and I got shade 12 in Fair Neutral. So I hope this might not be too light. And I can't get it open. There we go. Sorry about that. Couldn't get it open. Okay. So here's that. Let's get the little doe foot applicator. So we're gonna there's that. We're gonna go in right here. And I dip a little bit more because it is so tiny. Go in on my chin. I think this shade will be okay. I think it'll be alright. We're gonna take our Real Technique sponge and blend that in. I think the shade was perfect. So there is that. And then blend it in my forehead. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Not too bad, I don't think. I think that shade actually went really, really well. So so now we need to set concealer setting, which is the Jeffree Star in the shade Rose. So we're gonna take that and take our MAC brush. Set that down over there. That line didn't stay as sharp as I wanted. Yeah, a little bit better. Alrighty, so there is that. Got all that concealer nice and set. Excuse the background, I've got a few things in the background. I'm actually gonna, there we go, get us straight, sorry. Get us straight right there. Okay, now our next item is another new impression. And so this is the Tarte Face Shape Tape Pressed Powder. It is, I love the outside because on the outside it's a nice pretty purple. It says kind is the new pretty. I really, really like that. I got shade light medium neutral. Kind of like what I have in my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder when I go with the medium, just because I think my foundation stuff's a little bit lighter. So this should hopefully get us nice and darkened up just a hair so it's not too light. It does come with a compact sponge, but I don't use that. I use my e.l.f. face brush. So I'm gonna go in to that and set everything down. Okay, so it's not adding any color, it's not changing the color of my foundation any, but it is setting down my foundation very nicely. All right, so there is the Tarte Shape Tape Face Press Powder. So there is that. And our next new impression to try is the Morphe Glamour Bronze Bronzer. It is humongous. This thing is so big. So I got the shade Mastermind, which is one of the lightest shades because I am pretty pale, so I didn't want to go too dark. So I did get the lightest shade. So here's what it looks like. It is absolutely humongous. It has a nice big mirror as well. So we're gonna go into this. So yeah, that shade was perfect. Very, very pretty. I'm gonna go in I'm gonna do my nose, just a hair. So there is that. Definitely bronzing up the face very nicely. Like I said, the shade that I picked was perfect. So there is that. I will say that I don't know if it's the powder or what, but it does look a little caked on like right there. It's hard to see in, I guess, in the light, but when I get really close, it looks a little more caked on, but it's not too bad. So then we're gonna take this and bronze up the forehead area. To bring warmth up there. Yeah, look at my little mirror that comes with the bronzer. Move these hairs. Okay, there's that. I feel like the lighting is a little too much. I'm gonna turn that down. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see better. So that warmed up the face really, really well, in my opinion. So there's that. So now we're gonna go back in and finish out the eye look before we move into blush and lips. So we're gonna go back into the Kylie Jenner palette and we're gonna go into, I'm gonna mix a little bit of cocoa and cookie dough. So I'm gonna take this JS10 from Jeffree Star and Morphe collab. I'm gonna mix cocoa and cookie dough. Go into this bottom right below the eye. Okay. And go in again and mix these two. Get that all set. Okay. This dye turned out a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go in with just a hair more of cocoa right here and match them up. Okay, so there is that. And then, so I'm actually gonna go in with my bling brush. This is the E6. And I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna take glazed, and I'm going to go right here for the inner corner and highlight the brow. And highlight the inner corner right here. I'm gonna go and highlight right here and highlight right here. Okay. All right. So there is that. I don't know why it's looking so much darker on that one side. Okay. There's that. So now we're gonna put that back. So now our next new item I'm excited about too. So I picked this up, and all of this stuff I picked up at Ulta. And so here is, this is the Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. So it looks like this on the outside, and then you open it and it's got the plastic cover, and then it's got 6 blushes, which are gorgeous. They're so pretty. So there's kind of a more brownie one that I could probably use as a contour shade or as a bronzer shade if I wanted to. So it's got that. It's got a nice peachy blush right here. It's got this lighter pink. It's got this one with, these two have a lot of shimmer. So this one, these 4 are matte, and then these 2 are shimmer. So you got a lighter shimmer and a darker shimmer, and this purpley color, and then the brown right here. So let's see, I'm gonna swatch and see which one we're gonna go in with today. So I'm gonna, so that is so pretty. That is the shade Sola, and then this is, that is Tau. That's the kind of peachy orange one. That was a really bad swatch. And then let's see, this is Zoba. It's hard to see, but it's a nice light shimmer. I'm gonna go with this finger, see if I can get a better swatch. There you go. So you can kind of see it. It's a nice sparkly peachy shade. So that's just a few of them. I think I'm gonna go in with Tau, the kind of more, the matte, kind of more peachy one. So I'm gonna go in with that. Yeah, that is really pretty. And these hairs are driving me bananas. There's that one. And go back into Town. Now, one thing I will say about this and Juvia's Place in general, and this I was told by the girl at Ulta that I was talking about what I got, because she asked me what I got, so I showed everything. Juvia's Place is very pigmented, so with blushes and stuff, which I'm not doing a great job of right now, just make sure you go in with a light hand, because they are, as you can tell, very pigmented. So that is that. I'm gonna go back in and take my foundation brush and kind of tone us down a hair. But they're extremely beautiful. Juvia's Place makes them, that blush is really, really pretty. Very, very pretty. And their eyeshadow, I haven't tried any of their eyeshadow palettes. I plan to pick up 1 or 2. There's a few of them that I've got my eye on. That might be another Ulta haul / first impression that I do. But they have some amazing eyeshadow palettes. I've heard some really great things about that. So we'll definitely try that at some point too. But I wanted to get some more face products. I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, as you can tell, because you see how many new ones I use. I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes. I wanted to try some more face palettes and face things. So that's why I went with a Juvia's Place blush versus their eyeshadows. But I do want to try their eyeshadows, and I will try them soon. So now for highlight, we're gonna go in with the ColourPop Flexitarian. This one I've used before. I love it, love it, love it. It's one of my favorites, one of my favorite highlights. So we're gonna go in with it. And it is very pigmented. I'm gonna bring it down the nose. Where my Cupid's bow. Okay, so there is that. Alright, so now for lips, I'm gonna keep it simple and go in with my nice and trusty Christmas cookie from Jeffree Star. I'm gonna go in and take the foundation off my lips. The makeup wipe. Get a little bit under there. There we go. We'll let that nice and dry down. So, and then we're gonna go in with our usual setting spray of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. there is that. And then this is the completed first impressions look. I gotta say, I love the eye look. I'm super happy with how that turned out. Really excited about the Kylie Jenner palette. I think it turned out really, really pretty. It's a great everyday palette, a great everyday look that you can pull off with this. So really excited about that. So I think that's definitely worth the money. I do really enjoy the shape tape. I think that turned out really, really good. I am gonna wear it throughout the day. It's about noon here, so I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I can update in the description box how everything wore and what I thought on the new products that I tried. But first application, I'm super happy. I think it's great. I think the eyeshadow palette's probably my favorite, although the Juvia's Place blush is right after that because I think that's really, really pretty. So I will link everything in these new impressions in the description box down below so that you can go check them out if there's one that just really spoke to you and really was one you want to try. So really hope you enjoyed this video. I have more coming, so if you like my content, please hit like and subscribe. I really appreciate you taking time to watch my video. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.